They say the wife is always the last to know when her husband is having an affair. That old saying came to mind after Lee Finnegan learned on The Bold and the Beautiful that her husband Jack is also the biological father to their adopted son Finn. For her portrayal of a devastated wife, Soap Hub bestows Performer of the Week for B&B honors on Naomi Matsuda, who plays Lee. Naomi Matsuda, Performer of the Week. Lee has discovered what B&B viewers have known for a while. Her husband Jack Finnegan, Ted King, had an affair with Sheila Carter, Kimberlyn Brown, and Jack brought the son he had with her into his home, telling Lee that this was the baby they were adopting. Walls closing in on him, Jack chose to tell Lee as they were on their way to have dinner with Drive. John Finnegan, Tanner Novlin, and his bride Steffi Forrester Finnegan, Jacqueline McInnes Wood. Perhaps on some level, Lee sensed all along that Jack and Finn were father and son. "I don't know what this is about, Jack," Matsuda said as Lee prepared to leave for dinner. "I'm not sure I want to know. I want to keep our son waiting." King also delivered fine work in these episodes as Jack bit the bullet and shared with Lee that he not only knew who Finn's dad was but that man was him. "My God, Jack," and incredulously responded, "all this time we've been living a lie. We're Finn's adoptive parents when you've been his birth father all along." Stung by Jack's fling with Sheila, Matsuda had Lee be more concerned with her son, knowing how devastated he'd be over his dad's betrayal. "You didn't just betray me, our marriage," a tearful Lee said. "You betrayed our son, Jack. Or should I say your son?" Jack went to support Lee but she didn't want him near him as she took a step back and indicated with her hand that he shouldn't approach. Ever the protective mother, Lee's concerns were for Finn. She wasn't sure how to bring this up once she and Jack arrived at Finn and Steffi's, but the newlyweds could ascertain that something was up. When Jack and Lee arrived at Finn and Steffi's, it didn't take long for the latter duo to see that there was some tension with the former. Was it a simple uncomfortableness as the in-laws got to know each other, or something more? Lee spoke cryptically when chatting with Finn and Steffi, knowing this was ultimately Jack's news to share with his son. "Ignoring a problem is no way to handle it," Lee said. "Avoiding the truth doesn't make it any less painful." Finn brought up the topic of Sheila and, naturally, the issue of his biological dad followed. "I wish we would have been able to tell you more," said Lee, as she reminded herself that Jack deeply betrayed both her and Finn. At one point, Matsuda closed her eyes, knowing that when she opened them her life might never be the same. It was one thing for Naomi Matsuda's Lee to realize she had to share her son with Sheila, Finn's birth mom. Now, she's aware that the man she loved, now has a tie with Finn that she'll never be able to, a biological bond. Kudos to Matsuda for playing Lee's pain as she struggled to do what every mother instinctively wants to do, protect their children. The Bold and the Beautiful, B&B, airs weekdays on CBS. Check your local listings for airtimes. For more about what's coming up in Los Angeles, check out all the latest that's been posted on B&B Spoilers, and for an in-depth look at the show's history, click here. Adblock test, why?